Let's talk about the waves of grief and what they do and what they serve. So, the waves of grief, as I've learned, are really important. When I was after I first lost my son in 2011, you go through the first few months of shock and loss, and then it starts to settle in that this person is actually gone, right? In fact, I used to have to play this game with myself to survive that, like he was in the Peace Corps somewhere in Africa and I couldn't talk to him, just to get through those first few months. But then come the waves of grief when your loss really starts to settle into your soul and your spirit and your body, and you can't sleep for months, and all that kind of stuff. The waves are really important to you coming through your grief, but they suck. The pain with each wave that comes, and it comes at any given time, right? From some trigger reminder, from a song you hear, from a picture you see, from some personal item that you run across, to just a thought. And all of a sudden you find yourself on the floor or in a chair crying into your arms, right? Into your hands. The waves serve as, think of it this way. I liken it to that our grief is this bucket of water, the water being our grief and all the energy and emotion that we hold around our loss. And each time we dip a rag into there, in other words, each time we have one of these waves, and they come, right? They come like waves in the ocean. Sometimes they're close together, sometimes they're further apart. And by the way, if you're working with somebody, a good grief counselor, their goal is to try to help you lower those waves and spread them further apart, okay? And by the way, if you're getting anything out of this video, please subscribe to this channel or share it with somebody that might need this information. It's the kind of way that I can help people in the world from my loss, and that's my hope, to just help people. So those waves that are going in and out and in and out, or like a rag into this bucket I was referring to, when we take the rag and we pull it out and we squeeze it, and through our tears and through this wave, that's what I'm calling, when we go in there and pull out, it is flushing out all this pain and sorrow and association that we have with the person we lost. Very, very slow, very, very painful. It's like wringing out a rag, right? And then we do it again, and then we do it again. Same analogy with like the ocean waves. They come and they go, they're quick, they're slow, they're quick, they're slow. Sometimes it's a tidal wave, and we find ourselves in a very dark place. So what do you do with those? Number one, try not to be scared, because they really can be scary. You think you're gonna lose control of yourself, lose control of your world, and that's likely not gonna happen, but it sure feels that way, or it did for me. So get in a place, settle yourself, take some breaths. Right now, look around. I'm safe right now. The world is not okay, but I'm okay right now in the world. Looking around, there's no bears chasing me. And first get settled. Then sit with this feeling. The more you fight one of these waves, the worse and more significant they will come back. So it's called like being mindful around what's going on. Okay, right now, what's happening inside me? I'm missing my loved one. I just had this thought about them. And yeah, I remember these memories, that I no longer have this person in my life where I can see them regularly. And just recognize the feelings, maybe write them down. Right now I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling resentful, I'm feeling really sad, I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling, whatever you're feeling, because I could go on naming all the feelings, right? Because we have them sometimes all at once, and sometimes they're very distinct, right? So the thing is to recognize that and sit with that feeling. Let that feeling really have its way with you for a few minutes, and you'll see that if you really concentrate on it, the wave will lift. Yeah, it's counterintuitive. When you give it its space and give it the chance to do its work, it'll lift. It may be, I don't know, I can't predict what kind of time for you, but it'll lift. And then once it lifts, again, reaffirm within yourself that you're safe. Right now, everything is it's safe, and acknowledge, yeah, I'm really struggling with the loss of my loved one. And, you can slowly get back on your way. But also say that I know this isn't the last wave that's going to be. There will be a wave. I don't know when it's going to come, and kind of brand that into your neural pathways, that knowing that you're going to be okay and that it's going to come back. Even 15 years after the loss of my son, there's a moment I might hear a song. I might have heard it yesterday, but today it really affects me and makes me think about him in deep ways, right? And I'm now in my life where you likely are not, but I can go to a joyful memory around him there versus falling apart, crying, and all that stuff. Not to say that I don't do that now and then, but it's way further apart than it used to be. So have faith in there that there's hope there, and know that by looking at me, I am thriving in my life. I miss my son every day. It affects my life. It has affected my life and changed the course of my life. One of those ways is that I'm here serving people instead of doing what I used to do, right? Because I don't want people to go down the same rabbit holes that I went down. So I hope you find some value in this, and that you can take some action for yourself, that when the waves hit, ride through them. Don't fight them. The worst thing you can do is try to fight them. And I know that's hard to wrap one's head around, because we don't like the feelings. We don't want this. We don't want this happening. We don't want any of this that's happened to us, right? But just try to sit with them, let them work themselves through, and then slowly get back into your day. So this is Harold Polis, encouraging you to first survive, then to strive, and eventually maybe even thrive. See you in the next video. This is Harold, and if you're finding value in this video, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and share it with others.